Sheriff's Office. How can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to speak to someone in records, please.
Sure, let me transfer you. Sheriff's Office, may I help you?
Yes, is this Irma?
Okay, sir. You mean Irma Murillo?
Yeah, but I don't have to speak to her. Who are you?
Okay, no, sir. My name is Patricia, but I can transfer you to her line. This is the information desk.
Hold on. You work in the records department?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. I have an issue with a recent open records request. I did receive a response from Mr. Navarez and Irma Murillo about it. And this has actually been an ongoing issue, like, because I routinely make open records requests, and now, once again, I have the same issue happening. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I should be able to deal with the records department of the sheriff's office, and then the only time I should have to deal with the Paso County Attorney's Office is when they do final reviews of any records before they're released. But I feel like things are being dysfunctional, and that's not how it works. I hardly ever am able to actually deal with people in the records department of the sheriff's office.
Okay. All right, sir. What is your name, please?
My name is Andre, Andrei. I have the open record request filing number, if you need that.
Okay. Let me get a pen, sir, okay? Just a second. Hold on.
All right.
Hey guys, this is Andre, Horizon City News. So as you just heard, Patricia, who works in the records department of the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office, has just told me she needs to go get a pen so that she could write things down. And that's the impression she leaves. She makes it seem like everything's fine. Just hold on a minute. She's about to help me. But now, watch what actually happens. Instead of doing that, I received the same behavior that I've received from many other occasions with this records department, where if initially they do act as if they are going to speak with me and help me, instead what they end up doing is sending me the voicemail, or sometimes outright just hanging up on me, which is what Patricia did on this date. At first she sent me the voicemail, and then when I called back, which I'll show you later in this video, she then simply stopped talking. And I can't remember if it was her or myself that ended up hanging up the phone. But basically, she just outright decided that she was not going to interact with me about my open record request issues, even though she openly admits that she works in the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office Records Department. She simply denied me service for whatever reason. So when a lot of people want to ask, where does all the frustration and hostility and anger towards the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff come from, regarding myself and maybe other people out there, but definitely from people like me, this is the type of issue, this is the type of situation where the anger comes from, where the frustration comes from, is people like Patricia gas-lamping and being derelict in their duties and acting like they're going to help someone and then instead deliberately sending them to voicemail or hanging up on them. So here's what happens next. I get sent to voicemail, and then fast forward towards later in the video, which will just take another minute or two, you'll see how she just stops interacting with me when I try calling her back. So let me show you guys. Let me show what I'm talking about.
You have been forwarded to a voicemail system. However, the person at 2123 does not subscribe to this service. A valid attendance number has not been specified. Your session cannot be continued at this time. Please try again later. Goodbye.
Hey guys, this is Andre, Horizon City News. And as you can see, I just got deliberately sent to voicemail by Patricia. There's no doubt in my mind that was deliberate. That type of situation has happened to me countless times in the past. But now I'm finally documenting the situation. I plan on filing a complaint against her. I already know that the complaint's going to go absolutely nowhere. The Internal Affairs Department at the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office, at least in regards to me, is completely illegitimate. They've openly admitted on at least one complaint that I submitted to them in the past that they won't even give it a record-keeping number. They won't even address it at all. That dealt with a sheriff's deputy that deliberately was harassing me and putting her light in my eyes and in my camera lens when I was video recording a traffic stop a couple years ago. Yeah, I believe it was like December of 2021. I'd have to check the exact date, but anyway, the Internal Affairs Department at the Sheriff's Office is completely illegitimate, at least in regards to myself, and they're just an extension of the corruption and unprofessionalism that happens with different staff members, both civilian members and sworn members at the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office. That's why I'm constantly trying to record them on the street with my camera or trying to get open records from the Sheriff's Office because there's a lot of bad people that work there.
Can I help you with something?
You can get that light pointed in a different direction.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not okay. Stop pointing it at me.
Okay.
Stop pointing the light at me. You hear me? You got a fucking problem?
Do you have a problem, sir?
Yes, I just told you what my problem is. Get that fucking light in a different direction.
I'm not gonna do that, sir.
Stop pointing the fucking light at me.
Why?
Because you're blinding my camera, that's why.
Okay, well, you can record somewhere else.
I can stand right here as well. You don't give me fucking orders, you understand that? I'm standing where I'm legally allowed to be, got that?
Okay.
So stop pointing the fucking camera at me.
I'm not gonna stop pointing anything at you, sir.
Why the fuck are you pointing at the fucking light at me? Why are you starting shit?
Why are you starting shit?
Why are you starting shit?
I'm not gonna answer that. You're starting shit.
You're the one pointing at the fucking light at me deliberately to start shit.
No. I'm pointing the light at you so that I can have a clear view of what you're doing and where your hands are.
Yeah, whatever.
All right? We're about to be done here, so that's it.
Shut up.
Sir, you need to step back.
Hey,
okay?
Get out of my
So
personal space. Get the fuck out of my personal space.
Get out of my traffic stop.
Get out of my fucking personal space. You understand that?
Get out of my traffic stop.
Get out of my personal space.
You need to say it right
I'm
there.
standing where I'm legally allowed to be. Do you understand the law?
Okay. Do you understand the law?
This is a fucking public sidewalk. I'm minding my own business. You're putting the light in my fucking...
Okay, so you need to stand with enough distance for us to work, okay?
You need to study Texas Penal Code 38.15.
Okay.
I'm standing where I'm legally allowed to be.
You're free to go, sir. You're free to go.
Fuck you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, sir.
You've already got this big man here. You got a gun. You got a baton. You got all the tools in the world. There's nothing to be scared of. I'm just filming you. Now get the fuck out of here. Lárgate! Fuck you. Anyway, here's a phone call that I had on August 1st, 2023, it was an individual that works for the El Paso County, Texas Attorney's Office, which represents the Sheriff's Office. And we just had a brief discussion about, or at least I gave him a brief soapbox rant about the issues I've been having with the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office when I try to obtain records. And he pretty much was, I guess, being patient enough to listen to me and admitting that, the dysfunction and unprofessionalism that I'm complaining about, that he is aware that it exists, but I guess obviously in his position, there's nothing he could personally do about it. But he, as you'll see from the phone call here that I'm about to play, he does admit that things are not being run as efficiently and professionally as they could be. And like I was telling him, I just think, it's like a circus trying to get open records from the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office. And part of me thinks that it might just be due to incompetence, but then a whole other side of me is very suspicious and believes that the system is deliberately designed to be inefficient, to deliberately stall people like me from obtaining records from the Sheriff's Office. And after that experience that you just heard, where Patricia deliberately sent me the voicemail, that's an example of where the suspicions come from, is incidents like that. And I have many, many other stories to tell about the Sheriff's Office as to why this untrustworthy organization full of a lot of bad people. But I'll be making many more videos in the future to give you guys more details, but that's the basic summary. And one piece of good news is that Sheriff Wiles is about to retire. So I'm sure he's done a lot of good things in his law enforcement career, but there's a lot of bad things too. And one of the bad things that I don't like about Sheriff Wiles is that even though he might not be directly responsible for a lot of the things that have happened to me when I deal with the Sheriff's Office, I feel there's a lot of things that he could have done. So that's where a lot of my frustration and anger goes personally towards the sheriff himself, Richard D. Wiles, Sheriff Wiles, because there's a lot of things that he could have done, but instead he always, he's very good at making himself scarce and stepping into his office and hiding under his desk, figuratively, and, just making it somebody else's problem, whether it's my complaints about his deputies lying on reports or the records department not doing its job. Because the thing is, he's actually officially, when it comes down to it, according to Texas Attorney General's office, I'm sure he has plenty of other duties as sheriff, but part of his job, whether he knows it or not, or whether he likes it or not, is that he's officially the custodian of records for the Sheriff's Office. Even though it's all set up at the Sheriff's Office where he never deals with any of that stuff, officially, that's the Texas Attorney General's office says in the laws, that he's the custodian of records. Now, obviously, for a big organization like his, he is able to delegate those duties to another individual, but that doesn't mean that at the end of the day, he's not responsible for the efficient and professional, organization of a records department where open records can be released. But then there's reality where, instead I get all this bad customer service and bad, treatment from the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office, dealing with open records and dealing with other issues like trying to fill in the police. And I don't know. I know he knows about all this stuff, but he makes sure that he's scarce and the problems never get taken care of because, in my opinion, he's just counting his days till he gets his retirement, and then he'll go to Mazatlan and he'll just eat ceviche and drink Coronas and hang out with, all his family and friends. So he doesn't give a fuck. And, I guess that's natural. That's how people are. He's been through a lot of stuff, a lot of stress over his 40 or 50-year career. He's been a cop since the 80s. So, he's only human, and I will give him that break. I have no idea what he's seen. I'm sure he's seen a lot of horrible things as a cop, but at the end of the day, no matter what he's gone through, he still is supposed to be responsible for the records department ultimately, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, here's the recording where I spoke to, like I said, an individual at the El Paso County Attorney's Office, and basically gave him my verbal grievances about the whole system, and he did take the time to listen to me, so I appreciate that, but there was nothing he could actually do. But anyway, here's the recording. Thanks for watching Horizon City News. My information is down in the description box below. I'll be in touch. All right, and after we listen to this recording, I'll show you the other recording that I had with Patricia, and or I might put it on the next video. I'm not sure. It depends on how long this video goes. If the video is not too long, I'll put it on this one. Otherwise, I'll put it on the next one. But here's the recording with the man I had on August 1st, just explaining the dysfunction and unprofessionalism and inefficiency of trying to obtain records from the Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office, just in general. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching Horizon City News.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay. The lady that can help you, they're stepped away from their desk. Can I take a message and have them call you back?
No, I can't receive calls. My first question is, who exactly do I contact to deal with the records department? Because the contact information keeps changing.
That you will have to talk to them about that, sir. I don't have those answers for you at the moment. I don't know if you want to try back. They might already be gone for lunch. If you want to try back after 1.
Who exactly are you? Who do you work for?
This is the reception, the front desk. So I will have to transfer you to somebody. Yes, at the county attorneys. I want to transfer you to somebody in our general counsel. They're the ones that handle the open records request.
Which is not appropriate. Why does it work like that? I mean, obviously you can't answer that, but that's not how it's supposed to be. But yes, is Mr. Ruben Navarez available or Carlos Madrid available?
Well, they work at a different office. Give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second.
All right. Oh, also, hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Is Irma Murillo, does she work there?
Yes. Well, so let's see. So Carlos, Irma, and Ruben, they work for our department, but they work at a different location.
Right.
Yes. So let me give you their direct number. Give me 1 second. I do apologize about that. They change it a lot here. So the number.
Well, it feels like a conspiracy because, well, it's a long story, but basically, I just need to speak to certain individuals, either at the county attorney's office or the sheriff's office, to obtain records. And like I said, every time I call, every couple of months, the names and contact information keeps changing. It's just very frustrating.
Yes, yes, I understand what you're saying. So here's the number for them, directly to them.
Okay.
So let me know when you're ready.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, so the number is 915 538 2123.
538-2123?
Yes, sir.
And that goes to Irma Murillo or who?
Yes, to Irma and to Carlos Madrid and Ruben Navarez.
Okay. Now, that big county courthouse building downtown, is that where they work, or where exactly do they work?
They work at the sheriff's office on Montana, their headquarters.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but like right now I'm calling you, you're at the big county courthouse.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Right, okay. All right.
They somehow they used to work with us, in this building, but they transferred to the sheriff's office. But they're still part of the county attorney's office, if that makes sense.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. But, at least to someone like me who is trying to interact with the sheriff's office, because when I deal with other police departments and I try to get records, not that I don't have other complaints about them, but one thing I will say like, for example, the Horizon City Police Department, the El Paso Police Department, they have a records department. Everything's very straightforward. You know, you go speak to a records department person. Now, the sheriff's office is like a circus. It's like, oh, well, for this records request, the lawyers are going to deal with that. Oh, for that one, oh, yeah, you'll deal with this records person. Oh, but then you never see her again. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't work right.
Yes, I understand. So. All right, sir.
Yeah.
Well, yes, just give them a call, and they'll able to help you.
And I'm sorry, sir. I didn't get your name, or maybe I did, but
it's Daryl.
Daryl, and you're a administrative, or front desk. I'm sorry. What was your title?
It's admin specialist.
Admin specialist. All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you for listening to my complaints, and thanks for the information.
No worries, sir. No worries. You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Sheriff's Office, may I help you?
Yes, is this Patricia?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I was on the phone with you a short while ago, and you put me on hold. You said that you were going to get a pen to write something down, and then...
Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, if you have already spoken to Irma, or if you've already spoken to Charlie in reference to the request, that's who you need to speak to next.
No, I have not. I have not spoken to them. And,
okay.
Before we get to anything else, is that
okay, that one.
Hold on. A short while ago, you told me that you were going to get a pen to write something down. Then I spontaneously got transferred to a voicemail. So basically, you hung up on.
Okay, let me see if Irma's in, sir. Just a second, okay?
All right, before we get into that, I want to answer from you as to why you told me you were going to go get something to write something down, and instead you sent me to voicemail. I want an answer on that. Hello?
Hey guys, this is Andre, Horizon City News. And as you can see right there, that was Patricia, and she was once again deflecting me and refusing to interact with me as a member of the records department of the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office. Instead of, listening to my issue, she said she was going to go transfer me to Irma Murillo, which means that she's not going to talk to me anymore. What happened after that is that I once again got transferred to voicemail. She essentially, it was a way of hanging up without hanging up. She just abruptly stops talking to me. This happened to me many times with different people at the records department, where they just decide that, we're not going to deal directly with him. If he has any issues, he could speak to the county attorney's office. It's completely dysfunctional. It's unprofessional. But that's how they do it. That's how they treat me. And so that's what at the end of this video, you can see that's what, when I called her the second time, that's on the same date as from the first recording you heard in the beginning of this video. Then I called, maybe 20 minutes later or whatever, and I got her on the phone. And once she had me on the phone, obviously she had a conversation with somebody else in the meantime, and they had decided, okay, well, if his record is already being dealt with by the county attorney's office, then just dump him. Don't even talk to him. Don't interact with him. Don't answer any of his questions. As far as she's concerned, all she does is just gather records that the county attorney's office tells her to get, and if I can't get the county attorney's office on the phone, she's not there to help me. That's how they treat me. So, and then that's what just happened on this last short phone call you just heard. Is Patricia just said, okay, well, I'm not going to deal with you. You could talk to Irma Murillo or somebody else at the county attorney's office. And basically, I'm hung up on or I'm sent to voicemail. That's how they treat me. I've had some situations where I'm able to speak on rare occasions with the custodian of records, the official custodian of records. Her name is Sonia Wilkes, but that's on a very rare occasion. Generally, this is the treatment I receive from the actual records department at the sheriff's office. Is if they do pick up the phone at all, once they find out that it's me, especially, I think it's because it's me, they just either transfer me without even asking me a lot of times. They'll just start transferring me, even though I never even asked to be transferred. It'll just be mid-sentence in a phone call. Or I'll be told to be placed on hold, and then I'll wait for an extensive amount of time until I end up hanging up. I've even had an occasion where this is over the past few years, but I even remember one occasion when I was speaking to a male individual in the records department, and he essentially told me, if I don't like it, that's just too bad. That I could file a complaint, but that's the way it's going to be, and that I need to contact the county attorney's office. And then mid-sentence, as he was explaining that, and it was not in a very nice tone of voice. He was basically like saying, take it or leave it, if you don't like it, too bad. And once he was done saying that, he literally hung up the phone on me. I'll never forget that. He hung up the phone on me, and, the whole concept of customer service and working for the taxpayers, at least when it comes to me, the records department at the sheriff's office, they don't give a damn about any of that. They play by their own rules. So anyway, thanks for watching Horizon City News. Like I said, sheriff's office, the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office is infested. It's full of a lot of really bad people. But the problem is that they're con artists and psychopaths, and they're very good at having nice-looking uniforms and smiles on their faces. And a lot of them, you'd have no idea that they're bad people that lie in reports and do all sorts of scammy stuff. So that's why I'm always constantly trying to record them on the street and get records about the activities of what they do. But anyway, thanks for watching Horizon City News. Like I said, all my contact information is down in the description box below, and I'll be making more videos. And hope everybody's doing well. I'll be in touch. Thanks for watching Horizon City News.